Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasek bibina lahakrim ben yom u'ben laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzamo.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat korim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asali kol zerki.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamakrin mitzadei daber.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozir Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tif ara.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya ev koach.
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. This is the silent part.
Yep. Yep.
Utneinu hayom uvkoyom lachim o chesed o rachamim. Ve'eneka uve'eneko ro'enu. V'tigmelenu chasadim tovim. Baruch atah Adonai gomel chasadim tovim. Le'amo Yisrael.
Amen. Wonderful. Really lovely. You lost your confidence a teeny bit in one or two spots, but it was beautiful. You know it. You're good. You're fine.
I'll keep doing it till I get there.
You're doing great.
Okay, thank you.
I have to remember to bring a kippah with me, but that's not your problem. That's my problem. I keep writing myself notes.
Well, I usually have a couple with me just in case.
Well, where did I'll write myself another note. I'm going to write it on here. You know what? I know where I'm going to write it. Give me 1 second, ladies, because now that I think of it, I should write it right down. Yeah. I'm going to put it on my notebook in big marker. If I can open it.
You need something hot, Edith.
I don't know what's going on. I don't usually have this going on at all. I guess I do, but it's strange.
Okay. I put the note where I can't miss it. I'm ready, Edith. I got your prayer. You got your prayer?
Okay. I don't like it that this prayer is on 2 different pages.
What page is it on?
In the 98, page 98. It starts at the very bottom of 98 and then jumps to 100.
I should know that. Well, I got it marked. That's fine.
And Sim Shalom, it's all on 1 page, so I like that page better. But I'm afraid that if I don't use the script from the book, then somebody might ask me a question and then I'll be thrown off. I don't know where I am, so I'm gonna try to stick with the book. It's at the bottom, that last, you see that last block at the bottom?
I have it marked in my book, start.
Oh, okay. Vikalam Padkam Etpihem Bikdusha Utohara Bishara Uzimra Umvarhem Omar Sabahim Ba'arim Uma Arizim Umaktashim Umam
Mhm.
At Shem Ha'el Amelech Hagador Hagador Hano Bihar No Ra Kadoshu Le Kadish Leotram Bina Akrua Bisafar Birura Uvinima Kadosha Kulam Kerkad Onim Viamrim Birua Bira
Yira.
excuse me Kadosh
Kadosh,
Kadosh
Kadosh,
Kadosh
Kadosh.
Shadanazavo
Maloko,
Karetz Kavodo Biahofanim Bikayot Agodesh Beruash
the Ra'ash,
Kadal
the Ra'ash,
Baraash Kadal Mitnitsa Mitnitsim
Meet Nasim,
Leumat
Meet Nasim,
Mitnatsim Leumat Saraphim
mhm,
Leumatam Nishabahim Viamrim Viomrim excuse me Baruch Kavod Adonai
Mim Komo.
Oh Well Baruch Ni Tenu
Oh, that's where you stop.
Right,
No,
you're
this
silent.
is a silent part.
Silent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Or Kadesh Al Sion Tir Vinitske Pulanu Mi E Ra Mihera. That's not me, that's Mahera Deo Ro Baruch Atadana Yotzer Hamaro. I've had
So,
better.
so much better though. Edith, so much better. Really, really.
So we all join. Who is that? Excuse me, it's my dad.
Go ahead.
That was not that was not nearly what I usually get here.
Okay.
So
Well, then that means your usual is extremely good because this was very good.
oh well, thank you. I've been meeting with Toby.
Good.
I met with her a couple
you-
times.
You know, I haven't heard you do it in 2 weeks and you've come a really long way. It's really, really excellent.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry. He never calls me. That's why I'm like, what's wrong? We had the
All right.
furnace people coming today, so he was just confirming. He is so funny.
Edith, you want to do it again or what do you want to do?
I'm gonna switch to this other sheet because I think I don't know.
Why don't you do you have, I was gonna offer to copy this, but do you want to just copy the sheet from the book and take that and use that? Blow it up and use that?
The sheet from the book is on 2 different pages.
No, but I was thinking about if we could copy and paste it together to be on 1 page or not. You want to?
I know what you mean. Let me see.
Well, I can do it.
In Hebrew, it would be kind of difficult.
Well, so
Okay.
Edith, what is it about being on 2 pages that's bothering you?
Just the gap when I'm switching over and
From one word to the next word?
yeah.
So I kind of like Geraldine's idea, which is maybe you copy it and you make yourself a page that's a little extra long. You staple the two. And so while the page is a little extra long, you just, fold it and then you open it when you're reading the prayer. You can bring up any prayer you want, any piece of paper, any version you want up to the podium.
Let's see.
Why don't I do it and send it to you, and then you can decide. If you want me to print it out, I'll print it out.
Oh, you're good at stuff like that? Okay, well, that sounds good.
For you, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I was going to
So-
say, because, I have it on this one page.
Yeah, I have that one. Can I change the font on that, make it a little bit smaller?
A little bit smaller.
Mhm.
Because it fits on one page for me.
Yeah, I have that, but I don't need it as big. Actually, see, it's funny, but when I started, that carried me through. But then it began to distract me. So now I'm at a point where I'm ready for a more normal font.
Okay. So.
Because you have it all marked and everything.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me look on my desktop for half a second. I have lots of things on my desktop.
The date of the, oh, okay.
Edith's part, here it is. So the answer is yes. Here, why don't I send this to you and Geraldine, and you guys can decide if you want to. You should be, because it's a PDF, you can enlarge it or decrease it. But I'm just going to attach it to this email.
Thank you.
What is this prayer called anyway?
It's called Shakari for weekdays. No, it's called Kiryat Shema, and it's Barak.
So it's right before the Kriyat Shema. So
It's right. Yeah, it's right.
Yeah,
before
chanting of the Shema.
Mhm. It's the first. Oh, wait a minute.
It's the lead up to the preparation for saying the Shema.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sending you this email and you guys decide what.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So how do I get you back? There you are. Okay.
Okay. Bikalam hakem et pihem bikdusha utohara bishira uzimra umfarkim sabahem umafarim arizim umakdashim amlahem at Shem Ha'el HaMelech Hagadol Hagibor Haranai Kadoshu Bihanora Kadoshu.
There you go. Perfect.
Le Kadish Leotzram Bina'ak Ruach Bisafar Bin Rira Uvinima Kadosha Kulam Keekad Onim Vyomrim Bira Kadosh 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 Adonai Zebah, Melech Haaretz, Kvodo, V'ha'ofanim, V'hayod HaKodesh, V'ra'ash Gadol, Mitnisim, Le'udmat, Savarvim, Le'umatam, Mesabayim, V'omrim, Baruch Kavod Adonai, Mim Komo, Le'el Baruch Nemo, Nitenu. Or Kadesh Al Sion Teir, Binitzke Kulanu, Mehera Leoro, Baruch Atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamaro.
Really good.
Now that would be better. That would be more what I usually sound like.
It sounds good. No, you sound good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling the progress. I'm enjoying it. But I was thinking, I was thinking back, Geraldine, I was like, did Geraldine start this where everybody else did? And then I remember how you wouldn't participate in the class. And I'm thinking, boy, from, what was it, Shalom Aleichem? Because after page 5, it was instruction for me. That was it. By the time we got to that second or third, when we got to all those, the sounds, the sounds, and that's very, very early in that book. And from then on, it was instruction. I did not know any of that, and I can't believe that today we're actually reading. You're a miracle worker, Rachel.
Oh, I don't know. You guys work so hard. Remind me. So, Geraldine, I don't think you were in my very first, you didn't start with me. You joined my class. You have to unmute.
Helps if I unmute. I
Yeah.
started with Sharon Katz,
Okay, right.
and then they said, well, Darla, you should go on. No. Yeah, I started with Sharon Katz for, I think, 2 classes, maybe. I can't remember without looking. And then they said, go on to the next level. That was when I met up with.
Came in one day.
I was like, this is not for me. Somebody got to get me out of this class. Those people are way above me.
And that's what I did the next time when it happened to me. I said, I'm going to follow Geraldine. And the next semester,
So then you
that's what I
joined
did.
my class. Is that
Yeah.
when you guys
Same
joined
thing.
my class?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And that's when I came back.
No, I was scared. I'm like, no, this, no, I can't do this. They were flying through stuff, and I'm like, that's not.
Well, some people move faster than others, but it's good that you didn't throw in the towel, obviously, because Mary Ellen, who I'm so dear friends with, Mary Ellen, and God bless her Irish Catholic roots. She married, she converted to marry a Jewish man, a member of my synagogue, and she had taken a couple of different courses to try and learn to read Hebrew, and then I think she joined this one because I was teaching it. And man, she zoomed. And she's at shul every Shabbat. Her husband is Shomer Shabbos. So, and she'd be there singing along, and I didn't know she couldn't read because she knew it by rote. She knew how it sounded at our shul, and she was there all the time, so she sang along.
Right.
Then she gained her confidence to read it and talk about how they're mispronouncing these words. I said, yeah, I know that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's definitely been a journey in terms of that. And I think, thanks for everybody's patience, and Edith got me through the first kind of hump and okay, let's go over this. You got to pull that together, do it again. You got to, and that's why I had to talk about because she was like, that teacher side came out. Do it again. Go.
Edith, did you used to be a teacher?
Yes, I'm a retired public school teacher.
Okay.
Okay, but that got me at least, through the first little hump there, and then I'd go a little longer, then I had another hump. But anyway, I appreciate everybody's assistance.
Well, now you are,
so.
you are off the chart. You've gone on and left me behind.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So I definitely appreciate.
So this is where I was challenged on page 4, and we were beginning to read the word Melech.
Okay, that was our first word.
Yes. And from then on, it was a challenge, and I used to look at this book. I had the book already. I used to look at it, and I couldn't figure out what in the world. I know it's supposed to be easy because the way it's laid out, but it wasn't making any sense to me. So it's
I had never officially taught anything before. I've certainly helped. So, all right, I'm the youngest of 3. I used to sit and watch my sisters study for tests and learn things for school, and I would just soak it in, I knew my multiplication tables early because I sat there watching my sister learn hers. I knew the Gettysburg Address because I listened to my sister reciting it over and over and over again. And so I knew those kinds of ways to learn things. I learned things before I knew how to read. I learned Hebrew services before I knew how to read Hebrew. Because I was there at services, right, with my older siblings. So, and then as a lawyer at a large firm, typically, especially in the litigation department, we help those coming up behind us to teach them, the ways of the court and how to assemble things and how to edit things and just how to do stuff. So you kind of pick up how to instruct along the way. At least I thought I did. But you guys really, I had heard from some of the various teachers that they didn't like the Shalom Aleichem book, but I needed that book. I couldn't teach you any other way. And I liked the book. I thought the book worked well. So
it did for me. I had, especially because I had the book, and it was a mystery open for me because I didn't know how to use it. I picked it up several times. I was like, there must be a way. I was trying to teach myself.
And that's so, that to me is astonishing. But for me, the way he grouped things made a lot of sense. So, and you guys were so eager to learn. And my very first class, which neither of you was in, I was respectful of the women who said, yeah, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to read. And I gave them a couple weeks like that. And then I said, if you don't say it out loud, you're never going to get there. You have to challenge yourself and you have to read back to me. You have to recite this. It's not like you're reading. They were sounds. They were combinations. They weren't words. Just, you got to say them out loud.
I was probably there because I did all but one semester with you.
Okay. But the very first semester I ever taught, at first, if women didn't want to, there were women who said to me, if you make me read, I'll quit the class. So I let them be. I let them be for several weeks. And then I said, look, you're at the point where if I don't hear you read, I don't know if you're doing it right.
It's whether it's taken or not.
Right. I can't help you get anywhere if that's the nature of this class. So
well, you have you always saying that you were a teacher, but your skills are very strong. You do the things that we are taught to do.
Thank you. Well, I spent a lot of years being educated.
Yeah, that's right. That you notice that too. So it all comes together in the end and makes this wonderful.
I think one of the things in me being where I am in my life coming into this program, and I mentioned some, I know sometimes I just write things but just because I'm trying to get someplace. But anyway, I realized that here women who may have been Jewish all their lives are always attending things and not having the knowledge or not having the given the privilege of doing certain things.
Yeah.
And when I'm trying to relay some things even to people in my sisterhood, why this is essential, why we need to support Women's League and all that, it especially during this time of my life, I'm stepping in with my sisters who didn't have or may not have like the privilege, and we're all moving in this direction. We're all moving on a ship, you know. And some of us in the aft, sometimes I'm like all the way in the back, you know. But sometimes I'm right there with them. So I certainly appreciate that. I appreciate it so much, both of you. While I have you here, I do. And I know you got to go, Rachel, but I'm so looking forward to seeing you. And
truly, I think it's going to be a wonderful experience. And if you see me scowling, you give me a
pull
look.
you aside, give you a hug, baby. It's okay.
Yeah, it's but
Think about what Paula said. This is live. We're gonna be all right.
you're gonna be all right.
And that's a good. I'm glad you share that because, you know, I'm more of an instrumentalist, not a, you know. But I've done that. You know, I was practically kidnapped to go audition for a show. Really, if you hear Dolly tell the story, she'll tell you just about that. But you know, but things happen. It is things can happen, and you can compensate. Mostly, except for one time when the whole set fell down. Okay, but and still the show went on. All right, so you know, you all this preparation will be fine.
So here's another little story. I'll tell you two little stories. One is a little sad with a happy ending. The other is kind of funny. So when I was in law school, one of my dearest friends, she needed 1 credit, and moot court was 1 credit. And I hadn't signed up for moot court, but she's like, I need 1 credit. Will you be my moot court partner? I'm like, absolutely, I'll be your partner. So we prepare this. And so moot court is write a mock trial, and you have to write a brief, and then you have to argue your case. And the way it's structured is there are 2 days of argument. I want to say you have to argue one side, then you switch and you argue the opposite side. And Linda is really smart, and we wrote our brief, we submitted it. There were a bunch of really hard charging guys in our class. We knew them all. And this one team, they considered themselves the smartest, most arrogant, obnoxious, right? And their brief was literally twice as long as our brief, 2 times the pages. The brief scores got posted. They got 1 more point than we did. 1, that's it. 1 more point. And then we were arguing, and so I forget, our argument was set for a certain time in the mid to late afternoon. I was more nervous than I had ever been. I'm in my apartment and I'm having the runs. I can't leave the apartment because I got to keep running to the bathroom. I am not in good shape. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I can't leave to go to the bathroom. What am I going to do? So I had a little brandy or something, whatever I had in the house. I just had something, and it calmed me down. And it was like, okay, I haven't gone to the bathroom in an hour. I'm going to be fine. I go to the argument. Now I'm in complete control. I feel really good. Then the next day we switch, and the scores get posted. I got top oralist. I got the highest score. But I started out thinking, how am I going to get through this? I can't. I'm embarrassing myself at having the runs. I don't know what to do. So, but you kind of and you know what you know. And once you get over it, it comes out.
Yeah.
So, but my other funny story, so here in Chicago, it's very common that before shows open on Broadway, they preview here in Chicago. And so I don't remember how many years ago it was. It's over a dozen, maybe it's even more than that. The Monty Python show Spam-A-Lot was premiering here in Chicago, and we went to see it. And it was between scenes, and the curtain's not opening. The curtain's not opening. It's like, what's going on? Hank Azaria comes out, and he stands there and he goes, well, folks, we're having a little issue backstage. So I need to kill some time with you. So let's talk. And he stood there and talked to us, took questions, just talked to us for like 7 minutes. It was the craziest thing. And the show was great, and we all loved it. And we thought we had this special moment with Hank Azaria. It's like, oh my God. And in the end, when the show got to New York, to Broadway, they had cut 45 minutes out of it. I mean, they were really, it was too long. It needed, but that's why they premiere. And that's why they practice it that way. So I will never forget that, at what a special moment it was, that because they were having some scenery or other problem backstage, we got this actor to come out and just be with us. So
Chicago's a great place. Renee Fleming is one of my favorite singers, as well as Maestra Marin Alsop, who's always in Chicago working with different it's just like, honey, I just love that.
Yeah, well, that me and Hank Azaria, I think he's so talented. Yeah. So anyway, so those are, fond memories and things that went not as planned, but ended up good.
And that's a good point. There are a lot of snafus going on in the back, and people come out and you don't know the difference.
Yep.
All right, so Rachel, don't let anybody steal your joy. We are
Thank
on
you.
our way. Okay, we are
Absolutely.
on our way.
Absolutely.
Well, what's surprising to me is that I'm looking at the calendar because I have to pay attention. And I'm seeing this weekend before the conference, and today I'm saying this is the weekend that was always between. And so now it is here. It's conference time. It's convention time. Good gracious.
Well, I don't think we're going to have scorching horrible weather, so I'm pleased about that, but one never knows.
All I know is I need to come back with that Garrett daggone popcorn. That's been like the conversation for weeks. And then, I told you I have an auntie, she'll be 97 on the 11th. She lives outside. She lives in Flossmoor. We're still trying to figure that out. But Dad was so excited because he had some DVDs, old family DVDs, and he was telling his sister, they've been excited, talking about, oh, you're going to laugh, but you need to have a box of tissues next to you too, and on and on and on. And so he just mailed off this birthday card to her that, the one I got you last year that has all the candles, and you open up and you go, hallelujah, and all the kind. So he's so excited, and I hope I get to see her, but if I don't, I don't, but I hope I do.
I understand. Well, my mother-in-law is going to be 97 on the 15th. So
hook them up.
Yeah. But so I believe there's a Garrett's. I know there's Garrett's in the airport. I'm not sure if it's in every terminal.
You told me it was in the shopping center.
It's also across the street in the mall. Exactly. It is across the street from the hotel in the mall. But you can also order it online if you don't want to schlep it. So
my sister is expecting when I come home.
I know.
She may not care about me, but that popcorn better be on there. Okay, that's all.
Oh, I know the feeling. It's interesting, the things they love us for and tell us.
She is so funny. I love my sister. She is just precious. But anyway,
I know.
Thank
All
you.
right, let me run so I can make a preparation for this meeting. And if I don't send you the link, so did Julia say she was going to send you all the link for your family to be able to watch the bat mitzvah, or am I supposed? I have it on my to-do list.
Well, put it on your to-do list, and we know who to call just in case.
My congregation is waiting. The family is not very aware, but the congregation is waiting.
I don't know who's ultimately responsible, but I have it on my list to send it to my students. So I will. I'm hoping, and I was hoping I'd have the link yesterday, but I should get it this morning. So
Okay, but
there's a lot of
Tuesday,
things that are still to be done.
yeah, Tuesday is our time to submit it to our newsletter. So
Oh, okay. Well, I should definitely have it before
if I
that.
can submit it to the
Okay.
secretary, she'll post it in the Shafar, our newsletter.
Yeah, yeah, we used to call ours the shofar too. Okay, I gotcha. All right,
Mhm.
ladies, have a great weekend.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Travel
Yeah, it's
safely.
Friday already. Woo.
Yep.
Shabbat
All right.
shalom.
Bye.